What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be doing a review on the Smith&Wesson 686 Plus Talon Edition and 357 Magnum. Let's shoot it. That dude got on me. Oh man, one fell off and got away. All right, let's get into the review. Let me rinse off my table a little bit. It smells so fruity out here, all that drink we done shot up. What's up, everybody? We back now. We're gonna do some talking about it now that I did a little bit of shooting. I'm hoping I did some slow-mo in there. I'm gonna practice on doing some slow-mo. I hope them come out in slow-mo. Y'all let me know in the comments if it didn't. This is right here what it looks like. This is the Smith&Wesson 686 Plus Talon Edition. This is a 5-inch, 7-shot. This is a smooth cylinder, which means it doesn't have the flutes in it. For those of y'all that might not be familiar with what I'm talking about, or some of y'all that might be thinking that cylinder looks different, this is also a 686 Plus 7-shot. But see the flutes right here? That's what I'm talking about when I'm referring to the flutes. Most revolvers have them flutes right there. This Talon Edition right here don't got them. It's a smooth one. Like I said, it's also a 7-shot, which y'all seen that just in the video. I've been asked to do a little review on this gun a couple times. My friend Bud, he comes to mind right now, and I'm doing this video mostly for you, man. So let's talk about him a little bit. I can give you a little bit of info on Smith&Wesson. I know it's been around since the 1850s. I think 1852 exactly is when they come around. They've been making revolvers and rifles and everything else since then. They're a real name brand company and real well known, I'll put it like that. This 686 model right here, I believe it come out in the 80s. I believe is when it come out. And it's still going today. This is the 686, so that makes it the stainless model. They make a 586, which is a blued version. I'm a real big fan of the stainless. I like it because I live out here in the country. It's hot. Y'all, it's so humid right now. I'm sweating. I can't tell you how bad I'm sweating. But these guns, they don't rust near as bad as them blue guns do. It's got the matte finish on the top to help you from any kind of glaring or anything like that. It's got the standard Smith&Wesson sight up front. It's a real pretty gun. I like this gun a whole lot. It shoots great. It's got a great trigger on it. Woo, look at that thing, man. That thing's quick. I know a lot of people don't like you letting the trigger go like that, or letting the hammer go like that on the firearm. I don't do it too much, but sometimes I do it. Since we're talking about things that we should and shouldn't do with revolvers, I'll go ahead and mention a couple of things that you should never do. And y'all can take it from me. When you have a revolver like this, it's a lot of times you see on the movies and stuff, you want to get the tendency to flicker in there. And I'm going to tell you right now, I done did it a whole bunch in my life. I ain't done it to these guns right here because I done got a little bit older and a little bit more smarter, and I know it hurts them now. If you pay attention right here, let me turn this thing on around a little bit. If you pay attention right there, that is what catches your cylinder and rotates your cylinder. Your cylinder is going to have grooves in it, and it's going to catch on that right there, and that's what turns them. If you go to slamming that thing in there, you're going to be rough up against that. It's going to wear it down. And if it wears it down, you ain't going to be able to turn your cylinder. So that's why slamming that on there ain't no good for them. Another thing that ain't no good for these revolvers, when you open them, you're supposed to push forward right there every time. You push forward, Then with a little bit of effort on this side, it'll pop right out. You don't want to be sitting there forcing it. I know sometimes we get in a hurry and we want to go ahead and fling our cylinder out, knock them shells out, and throw some more in them. But when you're putting pressure right there before you hit your release, that nipple right there is trying to be forced out that hole right there. Can you see? Let me get it on there. That hole right there, that's where that nipple slides into. There it is, it's locked in. So if you're forcing right here on this side of the cylinder, trying to force it out before you ever hit the release, it's gonna be dragging across there and trying to rip itself out. You're gonna wear that out, you're gonna wear your nipple out. Again, it's gonna make your revolver tear up. You don't wanna do that. You gotta be careful how you close your revolver. You gotta be careful how you open your revolver. Now, other than that, they pretty much tanks. That's really the only maintenance I can think of you need to do to them. And it really ain't maintenance, it's just practice, really. Practice of trying to not tear them up so bad. You want to try and ease her back in there in the rotation. Ease her back in there. Now that I got the cylinder dropped down, well, somebody done come through here, dadgum on. I need to put a muffler on that thing, boy. Country folks, you know how we do out here in the country. Yee yee! This is a 686-8, if y'all look down in there. Now, a lot of old folks don't like these new revolvers, and I can't blame them. They don't like them locks right there, and they say they ain't built nowhere near the quality to what the older guns is. I showed you that one right there is a -8 to try and explain to you that the lower the dash number, the older the gun. So if you have you a revolver, a nice Smith&Wesson, somebody you find one, and you want to look at it and see about buying it, if it's a -8 or -6 or anything like that, and it has one of them on there, you know it's a fairly newer revolver. Now, if you get down in there and it's got a -2 or something in there, it's not going to have none of these locks on here. That's going to be an older revolver, and it's going to be worth a little bit more money, in my opinion, because it's going to be a little bit weller built. This is still a well-built gun, don't get me wrong. I love it. It shoots great. You seen it. We just shot a whole bunch of stuff with it. I'm going to shoot a whole bunch of stuff here in just more second, as soon as we get going. I just want to get it out here and do a little review on it, kind of show it off and talk about it a little bit. This is a really good gun. I know it's covered up in White Claw and Mountain Dew right now, but I'll clean it up when I get done doing all this firing and whatnot. If you want to get you one of these, I recommend getting it. I would get the Plus model if you can find it, because ain't nothing wrong with having another shot right there. I promise you. I love this gun. It feels great in the hand. It ain't near as big as that other one I just showed you in the grip size. It's got a thinner grip size. Like I said, this is the tallow version. I'm not sure they still make these or not, but if you can get your hands on them, they're a damn good gun. I'd recommend it. Since we talking about the 357, let's talk about some of these here bullets that I got. We can talk about them a little bit, because everybody knows if you got a 357, it'll shoot 38s. So let me kind of get these over here in a little bit better of a line for you. These are some shells right here that this gun will fire, and anybody's 357 will fire. We'll start with this one right here. This is a wad cutter. This is a 38 special wad cutter. They're made for shooting at paper and stuff like that, because they leave a perfect little circle right there. You can see where that bullet's crimped down right in there. That's a whole little wad the same size, just like that, all the way down in there. They're a lot shorter than the 357 Magnum right there. The case is shorter because it's a 38, and the bullet is down in here further. I ain't gonna say it's too much of a shorter bullet, but it's down in here more further. That's a Magnum load, so it's got a lot more powder. Oh, hang on, let me get to this one. This right here is a 38 special. This is a hollow point. It's probably not the best one to show right now, but I'm showing you about the powder. So this is gonna be a lot hotter than that one is right there. I ain't gonna say it's gonna be no more hotter, but it's got more powder in it. This is a 38 plus P. Now I know for a fact this one's gonna be a little bit more hotter. This is what they call a semi-wad cutter. That's a wad cutter. That's a semi-wad cutter. It ain't near down there as deep as far as the other one is. And that right there is the 357 Magnum. That's the big boy right there. That's the powerful one. I've always loved 357 Magnum. Growing up, my papa and everybody told me that was the most powerful bullet there was, the most baddest gun there was. And if you go back and you look, in the 30s and the 50s, it was the most powerful bullet back then. But somewhere in the 50s, the 44 Magnum come along, and it took the champion. I know y'all heard of Dirty Harry. And then 454 Casull. Y'all know Ruger makes a 454 Casull, and that took the championship for a while. But now, the 500 Smith&Wesson's got it. And I don't know of nothing that's no bigger than that. If it is something bigger out there, y'all can let me know down here in the comments. This gun is a great gun. If you were interested in getting one, I recommend you get one. I don't really know what else I could say about it. It's a nice size gun. This is a 5-inch barrel. I don't know if I told you that's a 5-inch barrel. I got a little 1911 here I'll hold up next to it. This is also a government size 1911. And you can see they are pretty much the same size. Barrel length. This one's covered up in Mountain Dew too. I got it covered. I'm going to clean all my guns out here. But there it is, kind of a size comparison. I feel like I've talked enough about this. I hope y'all have enjoyed my little bit of a review right here. We're finna go ahead and shoot some more stuff. And I guess I'll catch y'all here in just a minute. Yee! Let's get into it. Let's take some shots with the Smith&Wesson at the Doolin tree. All right. Them were 38s. Them 357s. Now, let's go shoot some 357s. 357 versus the paint can. Oh, what? I didn't put, all right. My bad, y'all. I didn't put no bullets in it. Hang on. 357 versus the paint can. Oh man, I hit my watermelon. Well, you can't hit them all. I sure missed it and nailed my doggone watermelon, y'all. It's still pretty good. Let's shoot something else. I'm gonna save these pieces for my old lady. I'm finna get everything cleaned up and we're gonna shoot something else. Yee! All right, now the paint can. Woo! The 357 Magnum 686 plus. One bad gun. Hope y'all like this review. Like, share, subscribe. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, y'all. Yee! We out of here. Peace.